Hello, Prue Jones from Place Coastal Property with your weekly property report. Today is Monday, March the 18th. 15 sales across the suburbs that we track, and they are Cape Schanck, Fingal, St Andrews Beach, Rosebud, Tutgaruk, Rye, Blairgowrie and Sorrento. There were sales that occurred in Rosebud, Rye and Tutgaruk, and there were 8 sales in Rosebud, predominantly units. Highest price was $1,220,000, the lovely 5-bedroom home in Herman Street, which is just off Bayview Road, and the entry price was a unit in 8th Avenue, close to Eastbourne Road, and it sold for $570,000. There were 5 sales in Rye. Lovely bungalow on 75 Canterbury Jetty Road, a brick bungalow, not renovated but in very good condition and quite unique in its decor, but still quite a charming property. Had an above ground pool at the rear, 1,036 square meters, sold for $1,075,000. 16 Higgins Court and 7 The Glen were the 2 properties that sold last week over $2 million. So that's very exciting to see those sales occur. And there was 1 put under contract, which will be reported in next week's sales in Rye as well, that sold well over $2 million. Shirlow Avenue, number 2, 3-bedroom 1950s weatherboard on 768 square meters, sold for $900,000. And 5 Sheila Street, a 4-bedroom 2-bathroom bungalow, very nicely appointed, very pretty house on 693 square meters, sold for $1.13. 2 sales in Tutgaruk, 1 3-bedroom, 1 2-bedroom, 7 Lancia Drive, a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom property on 546 square meters, sold for $736,000, and 52 Alma Street, a 2-bedroom bungalow on 651 square meters, sold for $695,000. So what do we see in the property markets for the next quarter? Well, it is interesting to see that last week was the first time that the RBA really started to make more firm announcements about interest rates and the reduction of them. And I think this is partially the cause of the confidence, and it happens so quickly. Confidence can retract or it can improve according to what the moods of the money markets are, because of the reliance on mortgages, and particularly on the peninsula, because it is there is certainly a high degree of single ownership here, but also a very high and much higher than the metropolitan areas of secondary homes that are not used for income purposes, so holiday homes, if you will. So the mortgage market certainly does drive those purchases. But the other important factor is confidence, and that's been growing certainly in the month of February. January was a write-off, I think, for many sectors of the business economy, but Victoria and South Australia are leading the business confidence resurgence, and largely, of course, due to inflation reducing and the announcement that interest rates are coming down. So it was a great week last week, and we certainly do expect some more turnover starting to come into our markets as this impending interest rate reduction starts to become more of the dialogue in the money markets, and it's very, very encouraging to see these results starting to come through. Sadly, no sales in Blairgowrie, Sorrento, Fingal, Cape Schanck, or St Andrews Beach last week. But again, we will start to see those markets start to recover, in my view, certainly in the spring of this year. Sorrento currently has 66 homes for sale, Blairgowrie 63. Cape Schanck and Fingal and St Andrews Beach are all sitting, around between 13 and 15 homes. Not unusual, that's very standard. Rosebud and Rye have got higher volume, but of course their turnover is higher. Rosebud has 132 homes for sale and Rye has 157 homes for sale. Don't be deterred by that if you are thinking of coming to the market, because those numbers are certainly made up of varying sectors of property, and certainly price is a big part of that. Some of that housing stock is overpriced, and that is the reason that it is sitting on the market. But for those properties which are priced right, they are selling very, very quickly and under 21 days. So there is still a very strong market for buyers who understand value, and there are a high degree of buyers in the marketplace that are looking to buy homes. They certainly are attending open homes, and certainly by the volumes of people that are coming through open homes again, and of qualified buyers. It won't be too long before those buyers really do start to engage in the market and start to buy property. In my view, the best time to buy will be in the next month to 6 weeks, because in this period, before interest rates start to come down, will be where the sweet spot for property prices will be. So, and of course that marries into the winter months. We've got Easter in a couple of weeks. So that is also a big selling period for the property markets here. That is our report for this week. If you would like individual results of a suburb sales or an individual sales result, please give me a call on 0419 352 439, and I'd be delighted to help you. Have a great week, and I will see you next week. Thank you so much.